Trying to clean my camera. Give it to Abba. I don't trust social media. I don't even know how to take a picture. Okay. All right. So let's start over and you ask the questions.
So we would just want to welcome the besties from Spice's social media platforms. I know that's what you call your tribe. So besties, welcome. We're in conversation here in London with Spice. My name is Janelle Rayburn. And of course, we want to know who. So, we all know you, Greg, as a global icon. But I want to take it back to where your story began. Back to Portmore, Jamaica, where you grew up as a little girl. I want you to tell me a bit about that childhood in Portmore, in Jamaica. What was that like?
Oh, wow, going back to that childhood in Portmore, Old Brits and Crescent Lane in Jamaica. So, where do I start from? It's always difficult, first of all, to cram that into, a couple of minutes, but I'm going to try my best. I come from a community called Old Brits in Crescent Lane, and that's in Portmore. Grew up come from humble beginnings, very poor child. My mom and dad used to live in a board house in Old Brighton, where my siblings and I used to share one bed. And on that bed, we used to do a thing where we call head and tail, where you have to sleep crossway the bed in order for all of us to fit on that one bed. And I think that will kind of give you a little synopsis of how poor we were. My father, he was a lover for music. And that's where I got introduced to music at a tender age. So he was a Rasta, and he used to play a lot of professional songs in the house, along with Bob Marley. And that's where I started to fall in love with reggae music. And I used to sing the song, and he discovered that I had the talent, so he used to walk and boast with me as the daughter. I said, hey, my daughter can sing the song, yeah. And I used to practice and sing the professional songs for my father. And he used to tell me, say, hey, my daughter a star, you're going to be a big star. But at the time when he was a star, I never know, say, he was talk about who I am now. So I was just, a little girl excited for singing. And he used to love when I sing, so, and I used to love dumpling. So I used to sing for dumpling. That's where it started from. As he used to bribe me and say, if you sing the song for my daughter, we get one extra dumpling in your plate. I used to love dumplings, so if you see me as a thick girl now, I saw them bribe me for food from the little days. So that's where it started for me, and I fell in love with reggae music. Unfortunately, my father died when I was only 9 years old. And that was a tragic moment for me. I didn't know how to move around from there. But when my father died, my grandfather made his soul also rest in peace, and my father's soul rest in peace as well. Andy, he used to live here. So he wanted to help my mom because there was a lot of us and my mom was struggling. So I was very brilliant in school. And he was like, he's going to send for me because I didn't look right. My siblings never got to this, but they'll be all right. My grandfather loved me and he gave me the opportunity to come to England. Because he's trying to help my mom. And I got an opportunity to come to England when I was about 10, 11 years old. So I got to school here. I'm actually from North London. I used to go to Finsbury Park. So I used to go to school in Finsbury Park. But when I came here, I don't remember the school. I have to call Auntie Devon and ask her, Auntie Devon, what the school name again? But the school used to be in Finsbury Park. I used to walk to school and get lost every day because all the brick houses look the same. But I know it was Wilberforce Road. So for me, when I came to England at a tender age, about 10, 11, it was a culture shock and I wanted to go back home because it's like I never used to holy things. So I cried that I wanted to go back home. And that's really where the love for music started, where I would, go to St. Catherine High School and all of that. So I grew up very poor, come from humble beginnings. When I went back, I lost my house to fire and I became homeless. Living with friends and family. My godmother took me in as one of the child. And that's why today my slogan is from homeless to greatness, because that's where I came from. So I've been through a lot as a child, and I think everything that I've been through, I'll never change any of it because it has helped to mold me and shape me into the woman that I am today. So I can talk on and on because the story is so long, but just to give you that briefness of where I'm coming from. I'm coming from humble beginnings. I've definitely been for a lot. I have one of my childhood friends here with me today, Sherry. She's right there sitting at the edge of the chair. Big up to Sherry Adore, a hairstylist here in the UK. But, you know, she knew me before I became popular. And those were the days when we used to walk up and down and look stage show, forget highlight, and forget the bus and that. So big up to Sherry. The journey has been a very long one.
Thank you so much for sharing that part of your story. That really, really touched me because, you know, you spoke about the humble beginnings that you came from and the topping and tailing, or the crossway across the bed to fit. How many siblings, by the way?
I have an older sister, older brother, younger sister, younger brother, so I'm right in the middle.
So you're the middle child.
Yes.
Okay. You know, really sharing that and just getting a sense of where you started from, because where you are today versus where you started from, it's such a fantastic, inspirational, just really inspiring and incredible journey. You know, your love of music, what also touched me is your love of music. I was going to mention, you know, losing your father at such a young age, because your love of music comes from your father, and so to experience the loss of him at such a young age must have been really hard, really, really hard. Can't even begin to imagine what that must feel like, you know, grief at any time as a child, right? But he's left his legacy with you.
Absolutely.
And he spoke some words over you, which is why you're the superstar you are today. But, you know, as a child, as young Grace, you know, looking up to Dad, singing for dumplings, coming to England, of course, losing Dad, coming to England and then returning and losing your house in a fire, which is another tragedy. Did you ever think or see yourself or have dreams of being the global music sensation that you are?
Not at all. I don't think I've ever seen myself in the future. I remember at that time, I just knew that I had the talent and I was singing. But it's not like I told myself that, you know what, I'm going to be the next queen of dancehall, because obviously it's not where I started from. I was just doing the music because I love it. I didn't really place myself to say, oh, I'm going to be this global icon, this global queen of the dancehall. I don't even think when I started out I knew that there was such a title, to be honest, of, you know,